Definitely gonna keep playing poker. Hopefully I get another coin like this sometime.
Yeah, for real. And I know whoever it was that lost it to him is watching this on TV or on YouTube, wherever they're watching it, and they're sick to their stomach right now. Imagine losing that in a poker game, dude. I'd be pissed off. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. This is Classically Christian, and I'm coming here for a new video today. How are you all doing today? Let me know in the comment section below what I have for you guys. We're gonna be checking out some more Pawn Stars. Hey, look, I got a lot of viewership the last time I did a reaction to one of these, and you guys will come back for this one. Last time we looked at some super illegal items that were being sold. People were bringing in desk guns and spy cameras and you know, illegal shell guitars and all this stuff, coins that were not properly sold, all these types of things, and crazy. So this time what we have going on is 7 super high appraisals of items that are brought into the pawn shop. These are like rare items that are like super rare, I guess, and people are bringing away a pretty penny for these finds. This is probably going to be broken up into a couple of parts, and yeah, let's get to part 1 of it right now. These are 7 super high appraisal items and Pawn Star TV show history. Here we go. And sorry, it's gonna be blurred. That's just how it has to be to avoid the copyright. We'll try not to talk as much, but here we go.
Hi there.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Got a 1922 proof high relief matte finish coin.
Okay. Where did you get this?
I won it at a poker game, believe it or not.
This is like one of the holy grails of American coins, and you won it at a poker game.
Yep.
Whoa.
Came down to the pawn shop today to try to sell a 1922 proof coin. I don't know a lot about it, but the guy who lost it to me said it was really valuable. So hoping to get 20,000 out of it.
This is cool. In 1921, we brought the silver dollar back. And the story goes is they were going to try and make some really high relief ones. What this means by high relief right here is the image really comes off the coin. Okay, it's much higher detail. And I don't know the exact story, but there was like some problems and they got melted down. And most people didn't even know they existed for like 15 years. And then all of a sudden, some stories came from the mint that they actually existed. So there's like a dozen of these things in the world. It's pretty
Wow.
rare. Well, it's beyond rare. The 1922 high relief peace dollar is one of the rarest coins in American history. It definitely shocks me that people will walk up to my counter and pull out an item worth $50,000 or $100,000 or more. I definitely want this thing, but I have to make absolutely sure this is the real deal. Silver dollars is what every coin collector collects. Everyone collects silver dollars, and maybe they collect half dollars and nickels, but they all buy silver dollars. I mean, that's the mainstay of collectible coins.
Okay.
So, how much you want for it?
20,000.
What, you want 20 for it? 20,000?
Do you think it's worth
Yeah,
it?
sure, no problem. Let's go. No, this is worth a lot more than 20 grand.
Wow.
That's pretty awesome.
Sorry, I'm gonna talk. All right, okay, this is my channel. All right, listen. Shouts to Rick right there for being an upstanding man with integrity, because he easily could have taken that dude's coin for 20,000 and sold it for however much it's worth, like 100,000, whatever. Let's see how it keeps going.
Do you mind if I call a friend to take a look at this? I have a few mega concerns here, okay? I've never seen one in person, and I just want to make sure everything's legit.
Yeah.
I mean, if someone was to fake a coin, this is the one they would do it on. I'm actually friends with a guy who works at NGC. He's one of the best coin graders. And if everything's legit, maybe we'll do some business.
Sounds good.
All right. Hang out.
All right.
Imagine spending so much money for something
There's
that
a chance it's legit. Obviously, nothing in this world is 100%, but I'm
for
happy.
something that was valued at $1 at the time, a silver dollar, and now because it's so rare, now you're getting like whatever it's gonna be, over 20,000. We know for sure.
With an expert coming in for sure.
Dave!
Rick,
This guy got in a poker game.
oh my God. It's always nice to get called in on an exciting coin. This coin is particularly interesting, historical, and it's rare as hen's teeth.
Now, what exactly is the story with this coin? I mean, this was the coin the government minted, but no one knew they minted it for like 15 or 20 years.
That's correct. None of these had transacted until 1937. These were more or less unknown, and they carried over the high relief of the 1921 issues, all of which, by the way, were stuck in a one-week period at the end of 1921. Now, the high relief design was sort of a triumph of art and a failure of technology, because although they were beautiful, they couldn't strike them with enough pressure to get a lot of them out. So they ended up early in 1922 having to reduce the relief of the design.
Is that a typo?
So I assume your main concern is it real?
Yeah,
TRVST?
definitely.
It is in an NGC holder, which is wonderful. The holder is completely intact and genuine. And the coin is perfectly legitimate. It's one of very few known.
Okay, so the big thing is, what's it worth?
How much?
One of these sold very recently that brought a touch over 100,000. It's a little bit nicer than this, but not too far apart. I think this coin is worth something north of 50, but less than 100.
Okay. Thanks, man.
Super rare, no problem.
Okay.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All
Thank you.
right, there you go.
All right.
All right.
I'll talk to you soon, man.
Sounds good. I'm quite excited that this is the real thing. Very few specialists have had the chance to actually handle them.
Hey, that's cool. So it looks like it's between 50, but not quite 100. Probably gonna be able to sell it. My guess is somewhere in the 75 to 80K range. This guy will probably end up taking home somewhere around 50 for it. Yeah, 50, 55, I can see. Because Rick still's gonna try and make money off of it.
Finding one of these, especially walking into a pawn shop, is really extraordinary.
I got an
I just
ECW
gave you the 20 grand and I called in Dave.
championship behind
I'm
him.
happier now.
I'll give you $65,000.
Oh, nice.
What about 90? I think 90 is fair.
You were willing to take 20 grand for it.
You weren't willing to offer me 20 grand for it.
I think 75 is fair.
Meet me in the middle at 80 and you got a deal.
It's a deal.
All right.
80K, man. Walking out 80K richer.
I made 80,000 on the coin.
Can't be mad at
Excited
that.
about it. Definitely gonna keep playing poker. Hopefully, I get another coin like this sometime.
Yeah, for real. And I know whoever it was that lost it to him is watching this on TV or on YouTube, wherever they're watching it, and they're sick to their stomach right now. Imagine losing that in a poker game, dude. I'd be pissed off. That's one thing, you got to leave that at home, bro. You're not like, don't bet that. That just stays permanently in the house. Yeah, unless dude really had a gambling addiction, which is also a possibility.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How you doing?
What do we got? Looks like something fancy.
It's very fancy.
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, it definitely looks French. That's about my extent of knowledge on this thing. Let me grab my dad real quick.
We're at the pawn shop to try and sell my Boudet shotgun. I got this shotgun from my father. He was a collector of antique firearms. I'm getting rid of it now because my wife is getting tired of seeing it just mounted on the wall. It's rare, it's beautiful, and it's very, very well kept.
That's really, really nice. Boutte, he started doing this right around 1800-ish. He was like the Rembrandt of guns. I mean, before Boutte, there was the art, and then there was the function, and then this guy was like the first one to really combine the both of them. You had to be really, really wealthy to have a gun like this.
He was Napoleon's gunsmith.
Yeah, I think he was like an armorer for Napoleon. There was lots of these guns out there that were super inlaid, and they were made for royalty. But they really weren't that great of a gun because
Don't like.
were probably never going to fire.
Corey's
anyway.
killing it with that beard right there, dude.
This is really fancy. That is gold inlay, or they would literally keep on pounding the gold into the steel till it's stuck. This is burled walnut, hand checkered. All these pieces down here are really high quality steel, and high quality steel like this was really expensive to make. I mean, just everything about this is just like crazy quality. And there's probably some other stuff about it I don't know.
Should I give Alex a call?
Well, how much do you want for it? Because if he wants $50, I'll just give him that now. And we'll...
Oh, it's not going for $50. I'm looking at 10 grand.
Okay. Yeah, give Alex a call. I mean, it's most likely worth at least that. It could be more. I just got a lot of questions on it, and we'll go from there.
All right.
Why is the wife so hung up on getting it out of the house?
I think it's a really good idea because I'm guessing
That's like a piece of
what the
history.
value of this firearm is. I'm hoping he will up the ante, period.
What do you think?
Holy moly. Can I pick it up?
Please.
This is stunning. So Boutte was the gunsmith in France in the 18th century and into the beginning of the 19th century. He was so good that he was the royal gunsmith to Louis XVI, who was the final king before the Revolution. And not only was he his gunsmith, but Napoleon made him his gunsmith. So the guy had a long career as basically the finest gunsmith, certainly in France, but many people would argue in the world.
Okay.
His name has cachet.
So it's about probably a 50 or 60 caliber, which doesn't really mean anything in shotgun terms, but for people like today, you would say this is about a 20 or 22 gauge. It's muzzle loading, it's flintlock. I'd like to just see the, oh, yeah. So what I'm doing there is just making sure that the springs are still good, and they certainly are. Yep, and so it's a double trigger. So one trigger fires one cock, the other fires the other. So you see Bouttes in some of the finest museums in the world. There's a series of Bouttes at the Met in New York. They are all over Europe.
So basically what we may have here is a one-off piece by one of the best French gun makers of all time.
The best French gun maker of all time, arguably the best gun maker in history.
Wow.
Any idea what it's worth?
So simple Bouttes will start easily about $10,000.
Okay.
One like this, on a scale of 1 to 10 as far as decorative, this is about a 6. So they get very, very decorative. The one thing I'd like to do is I'd like to test it. If it fires how I believe it would, I'd be more comfortable evaluating it.
Do you mind meeting us out at the range with it so we can test it out?
Sure.
And we'll meet you out there, okay?
See you at the range, man.
This sounds fun.
Right down the address for you.
Awesome.
I think my wife would get really mad if I came home and said, I saw a really nice Boutte at work today.
Hello, boys.
Hey!
Ah,
So the Boutte looks all polished
dad
up, ready to
joke.
go?
The Boutte is shiny. Yeah. One of the things I have found in this direct sunlight is actually the barrels are also marked. So this barrel is marked Boutte, and then the other side, it's marked manufactured in Versailles, and it has a serial number 322. So that actually might be traceable, which is really nice to see on the barrels. So
All right.
that's an added bonus. I brought some shot. I've got some Triple F black powder. We're gonna load about 50 grains, which is a pretty light load for this, but just to be safe with it. And I set up some fruit targets.
Let's do this.
This shotgun is like a piece of art. Typically, I wouldn't fire this gun, but collectors search for firearms like this. And if it's successful,
This is cool. This is like, this has to be a cool part of the job.
All right, so I think I
Get to
should
shoot some fruit.
I'll shoot it.
I have waited
Nice.
half of my life to shoot a Boutte. Let me try it.
Alex is gonna shoot it.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Plus, I trust Alex to shoot it more. He really knows his stuff about the guns. Yeah.
There we go. That was good.
Dice smelling.
So it fires, it works, it's,
Yeah,
everything's perfect on it.
It functioned exactly as it should function. And I'm not surprised because Boutte is the finest gunmaker of all time.
What do you think it's worth?
I think if this went to auction in this condition, I wouldn't be surprised to see it sell it for $30,000.
Damn. That much?
It's really nice.
Do you see the smile on my face?
All right, well, thanks, man. I'll talk to you later.
Very welcome. And it was a pleasure, Dennis. Thank you for letting me fire it.
My pleasure.
All right. See
Nice
you guys.
meeting you.
Good luck.
Take care, bud.
All right. So you were asking 10. I'm assuming you want a little bit more now?
No, I want a lot more.
All right.
20. I think that's a pretty fair offer.
I'll give you 15 grand for it.
18.
Okay. I'll tell you what, I'll give you 16 grand for it. And normally I pay you a little bit more, but something like this, I'm not going to see money back for a year or two.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on the level with you. It's a lot more than I thought I would get. We'll do 16.
All right, sweet.
All right.
All
buddy.
right.
I think he could have wiggled it out to 17 and a half, honestly.
I'll get you paid. So I now own a fine Boutte. Not that I haven't always had one.
It took you 50-something years to get one.
And this way this video's been going,
How are you?
seems like she's gonna get more.
That is quite the duck. I can tell you a couple things about it. 2,000 years ago, they made animals to go into a tomb, and they'd lay the body and they'd place these animals around. All of the animals that they would put in the tomb had a function. They'd be companions, they'd be spirit guides, but most of them were to be
Cinder.
eaten in the afterlife. A big fat duck like this was going to be somebody's dinner in the afterlife. It would have only gone to somebody fairly important. And this form, very rare. Can I take a look at it?
Yeah, go right ahead.
One of the things that I'm noticing, it's got the burnishing lines, so they would use a stone and they would polish this extensively before it would go in the kiln. Got nice manganese blooms, but I see a repair here. I see that there are repairs in the body. They're almost invisible. So whoever restored this, they did a fabulous job.
So you think this is 100% real?
Yeah, 100% real, 300 BC to 300 AD, ancient.
Nice.
What's it worth?
It's authentic, it's old, it's rare, it's stunning. 8,000.
Okay. You're not going to whip out like your x-ray machine or anything on it?
I don't need to. It's got all the signs you want to see.
Well, Bob, I appreciate you coming down.
My pleasure.
She's probably gonna look
It's
for
amazing to see
6.
Anything that's 2,000 years old, but it was in a tomb that has been protected from the elements and the ages. So of all of the ancient cultures, Kalima seemed to survive the best.
So you want 4,000 for it? Okay, I mean, I give you 4 because it does take a long time to sell it.
Okay, awesome.
right.
Please.
You want to go right her up?
All right, luckily I'm not superstitious, so I'll meet you up over there.
She just took it at the 4. Okay.
And he's going to pay her in $100 bills.
Hi, how are you?
That one was better.
Good. How
I
can
appreciate
help
that one.
So I am trying to sell this leather biker jacket. I'm thinking it's from either World War I or World War II. I just don't really know much about it.
All right. Is your Harley parked out front?
Oh yeah. I'm at the pawn shop today to try to sell my vintage leather biker jacket that I believe is from either World War I or World War II. I'm hoping to get $1,000 for this jacket, especially since vintage clothing is coming back and the jacket is in such good
That
condition.
jacket is
If I make the sale
pretty
today, I
cool
promise to
looking.
use some of the money, give some of it to my dad, and maybe buy him a new record player.
The jacket's really cool.
Good
so where'd
daughter.
you get it?
I found this when I was cleaning out closets in my house. My dad has always collected vintage leather jackets, and this one was just in there.
Well, it's definitely a cool jacket. All right, let's take a look at it here. All right, we definitely got leather. It's showing some good age that leather would show as well. It's got the word Mac on the front, which maybe was a name. It has the airborne patch.
Maybe it was a name.
Right there. And then the other patch over here says Allied Airbornes. Some writing on the back. And the battered bastards of Bastogne. So I definitely do agree with you. A wartime jacket, probably from the 40s or whatnot. But looking at the patches, I don't think this would have been like a motorcycle jacket. This looks like it would have been maybe like a pilot's jacket.
I was thinking that too, like an
I
aviator.
have some concerns though. I don't feel like the writing and the patches match up with the cut of the jacket. Looking at this jacket, it's cut more in the style of a European jacket. An American jacket would have come down more, kind of more flat. This is more typical of a European cut.
Hmm.
How much are you looking to get for it?
I was thinking 1,000.
I mean, that's not out of the question. Honestly, if it checks out, I could probably give you more than 1,000 for sure and still leave room to make some money.
That would be great.
But I have some questions about this jacket. Can I have someone come down and take a look at it? They specialize in, you know, military memorabilia. You have a little time to wait?
Yeah, for sure. No problem.
Give me just a few minutes. I'm gonna make a phone call and get someone down here.
Okay, no worries. My main concern is that we don't know the history behind the jacket, so it could be fake and not worth anything.
Well, here's Alex.
Hi, Alex. Nice to meet you.
Here's our guy Alex
More about
again.
this jacket than you or I.
Okay, perfect.
Wow. There's a bunch going on with this jacket.
One thing I gotta say about Alex for sure is he seems really enthusiastic about his job, which is pretty cool. I think it's hilarious. He's like, you hear him making all those noises. He sounds like a little kid, like on Christmas every time he gets to see these things with the gun and now the jacket. So just continue.
Of Bastogne, that's referencing the Battle of the Bulge. The 326th jumped at Normandy, and the Eagle is of the 101st Airborne Division. If you're gonna have something from World War II that is referencing an American victory, it's Bastogne or Normandy, but this is both. This jacket has some really cool history. The battered bastards of Bastogne. So these guys were surrounded by the German troops, very little ammunition, very little food, no winter clothing, December and January 1944 and 45. The German commander at the time sent a letter to the American commander demanding their surrender or they were going to be annihilated, and the American commander just wrote one word back: nuts. From that point on, the German troops retreated all the way to the final end of the war. Now, you don't see anything like this often. It's actually really classic German pilot leather jacket. A Luftwaffe pilot would have had this. It's got that high crop. So the way this would have come about is an American soldier would have captured the German pilot and taken his jacket, and then essentially he made this a memento of the war.
So I know that these
That's why it's Euro cut.
What are the steps we can take to figure out if this jacket was painted wartime?
I would not be surprised to see this thing sell at $12,000.
Wow.
All right, well, thanks for coming down.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Yep, see you, chum.
All right, I'll give you $1,000 for it.
Well, now that we know it's worth a lot more than that, what do you think about raising the price?
As cool as it is, when you're talking about, you know, $12,000, it's gonna take a very special person to buy this. I just don't think that it's a good fit for me right now. Put this in an auction, you'll probably get the $12,000, maybe even more, and you can come back and thank me later.
All right, well, I appreciate you. Thank
Have a good
you.
day. Thank
That'd be
you.
advice, actually.
I'm
I appreciate
pleasantly
that.
surprised that the expert told me the jacket is worth $12,000. I hope to jack it up and sell it online.
What can I help?
Jack it up. Oh, what are with these puns today? So listen, that is where I'm gonna stop the first part of this. This is about 20 minutes into it. There's about 20 minutes to go, and it's pretty cool so far. Oh, shout out to Alex, the MVP, coming through with that Boutte gun and this jacket right here. The jacket is ridiculously hard because, sorry, the American soldiers that went in there took the guy's jacket and then decorated it with their own celebratory patches on there. That's pretty tough. That's hard. That's really hard. Yeah, these are some cool items so far, and I like seeing when people end up getting more than what they expected. Yeah, we're gonna have part 2 of this coming up very shortly, so stay tuned for that. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, of course, leave a like on it, comment down below what you thought, what else you want to see me react to, and click the subscribe button with the bell next to it, so you get updated every single time that I upload. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.